Hey guys and girls, this is Maxxxine and look what I got early, Gears of War 3. So I thought I'd give Beast mode a go because this is one of the new modes that hasn't been seen before in the previous Gears games, and basically you play the Locust instead of Cog. So I didn't really know what I was doing in this first bit, but basically you start off with a set amount of money and you buy who you play. So being the thrifty Asian that I am, I decided to go for the cheapest thing available, which happened to be a wild ticker. But fortunately I did manage to get a kill, as you'll see in a bit, which was quite surprising actually, because I had no idea what the controls were, even though they're written right there. And there is a time limit to each wave, so you do have to eliminate all of the Cog, the humans, before the time runs out, otherwise you have failed the wave. And yeah, it's great fun. This was literally the first time I played it, so I had no idea what I was doing. I'm glad I managed to get that kill in there, because it took me about half of the wave to actually decide who I was going to play. But I finally got the gist of things. And well, they're humans on the other team, but the actual Cog members you have to finish off with an execution move. Which is something that you're probably familiar with from Gears 2 anyway. So yeah, this is basically it, and I'm not quite sure what weapon I'm using here. It looks like the Retro Lancer actually, and there's a lot of recoil on the Retro Lancer compared to the newer Lancer, which I've managed to play with in the actual campaign. But it's still great. Does the job. You just have to make sure you use nice controlled bursts of fire instead of spraying and praying, which is what I usually like to do. So wave 3, I actually managed to get to wave 7 on my first go, and then I had to kind of quit out. I would have carried on, but I had to go to the hairdressers. And if you're wondering how I got the game early, I basically pre-ordered it from a website or a company called Simply Games. I can't remember the website off the top of my head, but it's probably something pretty obvious like simplygames.com. And I only paid, I think it was $35.99 for it, and that is in British pounds. So yeah, pretty cheap in comparison to other places, and I got the added bonus of getting it today, Saturday, as opposed to Tuesday, which is great, which, you know, it means my whole weekend's sorted now. I don't have to leave the flat ever again. So yeah, I would highly recommend those guys. I do use a website called Games Tracker to track the progress of certain games, and if a game, like I'll set a target for a game, if I want it to be less than, I don't know, £35, then it will send me an email if it ever does get to less than £35, and then I can check which retailer is selling it for that price, and then I will go and buy it if I want to. The place where I got it from wasn't actually the cheapest place, but they said on the website that they get it to me on the day of release, either before or on the day of release, whereas the cheapest website said that they would send it to me once they'd got it in stock from their suppliers. So I kind of wanted that extra added guarantee that it would get to me on time, and yeah, it did, so that's great. So yeah, as you go on each wave, you earn even more money. I guess it's for how many kills you get, and that unlocks other like members of the Locust, like more advanced members of the Locust that you can play. So in the end you get to kind of play like I can't even remember any of the names, like the Butcher and that kind of thing. But I tended to stay with this kind of drone for some reason. Probably because I wanted to save money, because I'm tight like that, and because I was doing pretty well with it anyway. If you have played any of the previous Gears of War games, then you may unlock some extra bonuses in this game. So I have unlocked some chrome skins and some flaming skins for a couple of the weapons, and that's actually about it. I hadn't really played too much multiplayer on the first and second Gears, but obviously the more you've played it, the more you can unlock. I also played the Gears 3 beta, so that meant I've earned a medal, which I can kind of display on my multiplayer. I have started playing the campaign as well, but I didn't really want to. I've got some gameplay of that captured, but I didn't really want to upload that yet because I didn't want to give you guys any spoilers. But the campaign is great so far. I can't wait to play it co-op. It's going to be epic. I've seen some reviews, or I've heard of some reviews of this game, with people saying that it's not really anything revolutionary, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything revolutionary. I wanted it to be the same as the other games because I love the other two games, and yeah, as soon as you start playing it, you already know the controls. You don't have to learn any new controls, so it all feels really familiar, and you'll definitely find that as soon as you start the campaign, that something will seem very familiar. I don't want to say too much, but there you go. And one of the things I noticed in the campaign is that you gain XP during the campaign as well. So if you quit back to the main menu, you'll see that you'll level up. I think during the campaign I leveled up a couple of levels already, so I think I'm on level 4, which I think is great. And I think that's probably all I have to say right now. I'm really sorry that the gameplay isn't that interesting. I've never really been that great with Gears multiplayer. I've always kind of been a lot better at first-person shooters online. So yeah, some nice person has to come and revive me, or not. I've started playing the campaign on hardcore, so maybe at some point I'll get the first like chapter up or something for you guys to have a look at. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.